Alright guys, welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel. I'm Andrew Wolfe, and today we're going to be again talking about lovely Boulder, Colorado. But hey, we're going to do things a little different, right? So rather than diving into some facts or some tips about Boulder, we're going to get into some brass tacks here. So I get asked really often, hey Andrew, what can I buy for ABC dollars here in Boulder? So we're going to take, the next few videos and look at a few different price points and eventually look at some neighboring towns even to see what you can get for your dollar here in Boulder at different price points, because people get in their head that Boulder's expensive, and they're not wrong. The average purchase price of a single family home is $1.1 million, but that doesn't mean that we can't make other more conservative budgets work. So today we're going to be talking about homes priced under $550,000. And we're looking at a few different types of homes. And now my gut says, and experience tells me that at that price point we're going to be looking at primarily condos, but you can have a great lifestyle in Boulder living in a condo, and we're probably going to see, maybe some townhouse options as well, maybe even some single family homes, but I imagine those will need quite a bit of work. So maybe more of an investor style option if we're looking for a single family home at that price point. But let's see what's out there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and shrink myself down here so you can see the important stuff. Alright, so as you can see here, we're starting off with a wide shot of the entire United States here. As we sit here today post-Winter Olympics in 2026, the greatest hockey country in all the land. Boulder is going to be here in Colorado, which is a nice square state right in the middle of the country. So let's go ahead and take a little closer look here. So if we zoom into Colorado, we're going to see Denver sits about in the middle, and Denver is going to be the capital of the state for us here. And Boulder, as you can see, is just northwest of Denver. I-25 kind of splits the state in east and west. East is going to be the plains, west is going to be the mountains, and heading towards the west is where we want to go to see lovely Boulder, Colorado. So you can see the footprint here is going to be fairly wide, actually. And the city limits of Boulder do stretch, so you're going to see some options up here toward the northeast towards Gun Barrel. You're also going to see some options out here to the west pushing to the foothills. But if we zoom in here a little tighter, you can kind of see some of the main highlights here. So Chautauqua Park, really popular, great place to get a hike in. Really lovely scenery. CU Boulder also is obviously a world-class higher education institution. So people come from all over the planet to go attend school right here. Get the little small municipal airport, the North Boulder Rec Center, and you can see it kind of spreads out pretty wide from a footprint perspective. So now we're going to head and hop over here to the MLS, and as you can see here, we're going to be focusing on the city of Boulder. Now the MLS is the multiple listing service. That's where realtors like myself see what options are out there, what homes are available, what homes are sold, try to collect data and put together the best options for you guys. So we're going to be focusing on options that are currently available, city of Boulder specifically. We're going to be setting our price point at from $0, which is not like a lot of results, but up to $550,000. So you can see we have 137 options in the market. So not bad. These are active options that you could go buy right now if you wanted to. Like I said, it's probably going to be pretty condo heavy, but let's see what's out there. So if we look at single family homes, it's going to take us down to 3. And I imagine once we look at the map here, we're going to see these are probably some combination of pretty spread out away from central Boulder, or going to be on the fixer-upper side of things. But if we look at what options are out there from a townhouse perspective, we got a handful. We got 6. So these are going to be, we'll see what we see here. I imagine there'll probably be some that are a little bit older, some that are a little more modern, maybe even some that are going to be on, income restricted section, which is a really great option for folks who want to move to Boulder but maybe don't have, the highest income like we're going to expect to see when shopping in Boulder, but there's going to be options for everybody. Of course, let's look at condos, which is, like we said, going to be the vast majority that we see here. We got 130 condos available right now at or under $550,000. So let's go ahead and start off with the smallest number, our single family homes here. We're going to pull up the map, kind of see where these bad boys are located. And if we zoom out here, you can see, yes, so these are located out here. One's pretty far east, one's going to be more central Boulder. You're only seeing 2 things pop up here because I imagine one of these is going to be double listed on a couple different MLSs, which happens. So let's start off with this one out here, take a quick look. Yeah, so this looks like it's going to be a pretty rural style home and also older. So the thing is built in 1901. And so as you can see, it's on a little bit of land here, but it's probably going to be something that's going to be more of a definitely needs some work, possibly even some renovation, or possibly some major renovation, and maybe even a tear down. So taking a look at some quick photos here. Beautiful country, as you can tell here. So yeah, if you're the kind of person who's looking for something that's more rustic and maybe you're okay with putting in some development into it, this could be a really great fit here. Obviously it's single family home on property in Boulder County, not too far away from downtown Boulder if you're driving as well. Yeah, and you're well under, you're $100,000 under our $550,000 price point here. So really, really interesting option if that's the right fit for you. But like I said here, there's going to be a couple of different options here up in Boulder. I imagine this is probably all we're going to get from a single family home option, and that's going to be pretty representative of what you're going to see from a single family home from, at that price point. So let's see if we can have some, more approachable options, more turnkey options as a townhouse. So you can see you've got townhouses, we've got 6 available. They all seem to be in town here, which is really great. It makes sense from a townhouse perspective. And you got them kind of spread out. You got North Boulder, Central Boulder, and more Southern Boulder, I suppose, here. These are all pretty central, though. So let's look at this one up here. This one's at $490. Oh, and it looks like it's pretty. So built in 2013. Nice newer option here. Yeah, she's a beaut, Clark. Let's take a look. You got a nice balcony at the top here, 3-story condo, rolling through the photos here pretty quick. So you got a nice entryway here, gonna have a ton of natural light. Obviously it's very modern. Great living room that rolls into the kitchen here. Floor to ceiling windows are always nice to have. Gas range is really nice. Beautiful little home here right in North Boulder for under $500,000, guys. So you can see how these options are out there at a really affordable, conservative budget, and this is a pretty modern option. Yeah, it's a 1-bedroom, so it's got to be the right, the right size of family to be able to take this home as an option. But you have a garage that's right here as well. Great backdrop of the mountains. Really beautiful fit, guys. So if you're the kind of person who wants to live in Boulder on a budget, maybe it's just you, or maybe it's you and one other person, this could be a really great option. So let's go around here. Let's see if we can maybe find something a little bit larger that might be a good fit too. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 3-bed, 1-bath. Let's go ahead and look at this 3-bedroom and see what this one is here. And I have not previewed these at all, guys, so I'm kind of seeing them as you're seeing them. So a nice townhouse style option. This one has been on the market for about a month. It's under our $550,000 price point by quite a bit here. Built in the 90s, but just barely, almost a 2000 build here. Good sized property at 1,030 square feet. And as you can see, it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It's going to come with a garage space as well. So let's see here. A little bit older than the last one we looked at, but still relatively modern. They're offering a rate buy down, which is really, really nice to have in this day and age, guys. Under 5% is really, really awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look here real quick. It looks like it has some new carpet, some new paint. I would say the kitchen looks like it's got some renovations as well as some stainless steel appliances. Going to get good natural light in here as well. They took these photos in kind of a cloudy day, but it still looks great. Nice countertop here, great for eat-in countertop as well if you didn't want to have a formal dining room table. We're going to go ahead and roll here through some of the photos here. Those looks like the guest bathroom here. Nice quartz countertops, nice and large. You're not kind of being all on top of each other here in the guest bathroom, which is nice. This appears to be the primary bedroom here. I'm going to eyeball that as a queen-size bed, and you got plenty of room for other furniture. They have 2 end tables, they have a chair here, access out to the deck. They have their own ensuite bathroom here in the primary, which is always nice to have. And here's going to be the second level balcony here as well. New carpet, new paint throughout, guys. Really great option at under our $550,000 price point. So Boulder is accessible at this price point, guys. And obviously here's going to be your covered garage space. So that was a couple of townhouse options, guys. So you can see we have plenty of options here throughout. We didn't get into every townhouse option here, of course, but you have options at this price point, and that surprises a lot of folks. So let's go ahead and see what our deepest option pool is here at this price point, which is going to be condos. So obviously condo living has, its own perks in its own. Generally speaking, you don't have to worry about maintaining a lawn. You don't have to worry about kind of some of the, headaches that you might have as a homeowner, but it is communal living. So you're going to have neighbors potentially on all 4 sides of you here. But as you can see, you have tons of options all over the city, including options that are going to be right in downtown Boulder here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and see. Let's be picky on this one, though. Let's go ahead and say, hey, we want to have at least 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms here because we have so many options. Let's try to pare our pool down here a bit. Can I see what we see? So that takes us from 126 down to 57 options. So about half of the options are going to be at least 2-bed, 2-bath, under $550,000 to live in Boulder. And you can see a lot of them are going to be in those same locations. So we didn't really lose, any opportunity here. So let's go ahead and start with downtown Boulder here. This one's going to be near the top of our budget. Looks like more affordable side. I imagine that's going to be part of the City of Boulder Affordable Housing Program. So let's start with this one here, right in the heart of downtown Boulder, right off Canyon Boulevard here. Easy access to Pearl Street, over 1,000 square feet here. It's going to be a 2-bed, 2-bath, 2-level condo living here, which is kind of interesting, almost like a townhouse. Oh, hey, you know what? I've actually been in this community before. Really nice. New flooring here, I can tell you. It's got a pass-through window here to the kitchen. Some people will open this up and make it, a little bit easier to access space, but having this kind of an eat-in kitchen here is really nice as well if you want to have a private kitchen nook. I can tell you these windows allow for a ton of natural light. It's really going to open the space up and feel really welcoming. And then we're going to head up to the upstairs bedrooms here in a second. Bedrooms are going to run side by side here. So you can see it's going to have some fresh paint here, some fresh carpet. I think some white carpet might liven the place up a bit, take advantage of the natural light here. 2-bedroom condo, good size space, 2 bathrooms, so you have, one upstairs, one downstairs. Really easy access, guys. So this is a great way to live in Boulder, be right near downtown for a really affordable price. So let's close out of this one here. We're going to look at maybe 2 more here, a couple different areas. Let's look at one, let's say, kind of down here towards like Baseline, East Boulder, Martin Acres. Okay, this is going to be at the upper end of our price point, but let's see what that gets us, right? So this one's going to be right at $550. That's been on the market for about a month and a half. Large space, guys, here. We're pushing 1,700 square feet here, and it is going to be a 2-bedroom, 3-bath. You can see from a parking perspective, there's going to be an underground parking space available. Really a lot of potential here. If you want a ton of space for your dollar, this is going to be a good option. So you can see it's going to feel more townhouse or even single-family home style living. So you walk in here, you've got your living room right off the entryway here. Kitchen space is going to be off the entryway as well. So it looks like pretty fresh carpet and pretty fresh paint here as well. Here's going to be that living room space we talked about, just from another angle, gas fireplace, and your patio. Inside the kitchen, I like what they did here with this cabinetry. It's got a nice natural wood color, but more of a light grain, so it's going to capture that light and drive it up here. The white cabinet countertops are also going to drive the light. Kind of have a cool, very modern looking bronze hardware set here. Looks like it's maybe not quite as updated on the appliances themselves, but they're still, they're glass top, they're not coils, and if you want to replace these eventually, kitchen appliances tend to be one of the more affordable upgrades that you can make once you own the home as well. So don't get too wrapped up on that. It's more about the bones here and where it's located. Obviously, you got a nice kind of plains tree-lined view here, and really beautiful day. This appears to be the primary bedroom here. Nice high vaulted ceilings, good sized queen bed, access out to another patio here that looks on the other side of the property, which is always nice to have a couple outdoor spaces. You have 2 sinks here. Looks like it's a tub shower combo. Place that has a vanity set up as well, and then some extra storage in the linen closet. Nice little spot here. Tons of space, guys. They're really taking advantage of the larger space they have here. A 2nd bathroom here with a closet that passes through. So I'm going to say both bedrooms likely have ensuite bathroom style setups here. And this is another rendering if you wanted to kind of spruce the place up a bit and modernize it. This is going to be that 3rd bathroom here. Nice. You got the tub shower combo again. This one's not going to be as updated as the other one, but again, guys, we are right at $550 for a 2-bedroom, 3-bath condo that is well over 1,600 square feet here. I'll give you an idea about the floor plan style setup. So yeah, let's look at one more condo, maybe a little further south in the city here, see what we see. Pushing that towards Table Mesa. So this is going to be well under at $429,000. Again, I haven't seen this yet. Well under our budget. This is going to be on the south side of the city here. So Table Mesa, this is really great if you want to be able to head into Denver to go to work, or if you come out to the airport. You could even look at a couple options here closer to 36 that might be even easier from a commute perspective. But let's go ahead and try this one since it's on the more affordable side. So yeah, this one's just over 1,000 square feet here, guys. It's been on the market for quite a bit, and they're down at $430,000. So if you wanted to go try to make a deal here, this would be a good one to try to go in and see what kind of options you have as a buyer to be able to secure a great deal on a condo in Boulder well under your budget. And they have one underground parking space that's going to come with it here. So let's dive into a couple quick photos here. So kind of a more normal traditional condo style setup from what we've seen here. Carpet throughout. They have a wood burning fireplace here. Point out this nice large window here. It's not quite floor to ceiling, but it's darn close and going to offer great natural light. Alright guys, so let's look at a 3rd condo here. So we looked at something that's pretty central. We looked at something a little on the south side. I would highlight though here this Martin Acres area if you are a person who commutes to Denver to work. It's always nice to be able to hop right on the 36 here and head on down towards Denver, or even out to the airport at the 70 if you travel. But let's go ahead and look at something that's a little more North Boulder, see what we kind of got up here. So yeah, we looked at something kind of near this Wonderland Lake area. You know what? We're going to go ahead and take a dive down into kind of this Glenwood Drive North here, Sail Lake, North Boulder area. Let's look at something near the water. So this one's also going to be kind of near the top of our budget here at $550 for a 2-bed, 2-bath. But let's see what we get here. So this one's built in 1985. It's been in the market for a little while now, and they've held firm at this price. So I'm not sure what their current situation is, obviously. I haven't previewed into these, and it's not my listing. But oftentimes, we can try to go in when something that's been in the market here for a while and, try to make a good deal for everybody as a buyer. That's something to think about. Really good sized property here, up near 1,300 square feet. As we talked about before, it's a 2-bed, 2-bath. It comes with 2 underground parking spaces, guys. So if you are in a roommate situation, or if your family has 2 vehicles, this could be a really great option for you, to where no one's trying to find street parking, no one's dealing with scraping off their car in the weather if it does happen to snow like it did today. This is a really great option to look at. So let's dive in here. So obviously I like how nice and wide open this floor plan is. They've done some modernizing with the nice wood panel flooring, white walls. I like the tile work around this wood burning fireplace. Really, really interesting property they got here. External views, you can kind of see what you're thinking from the outside. We're going to go ahead and get into the inside stuff again. The kitchen looks like I have some updates. I imagine that's where we're going next here. So they have a dining room set up here. Obviously they have this overhanging countertop here, so you could use that as your primary eating space and have this as like an office or more seating space. But I do like having the nice dining room table here for hosting events, or having family over for Thanksgiving, that kind of thing. Moving into the kitchen space here, so you can see they've done some updates here with the stainless steel appliances, but the countertops do appear to be probably close to original, as are the cabinets. So if this is something you wanted to look to replace and modernize it, it would be a really low-hanging fruit to come in after you buy it and modernize this, make it look really, really beautiful. But I really like what they've done here. It's clean, it's white, it's going to stand the test of time here. It's a good source to look at something if you did want to add more of your own flavor later. Entryway here, nice and open. Great spot for like a mudroom if you want to throw a bench down here, or hang up some coat racks to kind of allow people to come through here. Obviously, we're in Colorado. People like to ski. Great place to drop off your stuff, carry it all throughout the house. Primary bedroom here, you can see it is large. Up from the photos, I'm going to eyeball this as probably a king-size bed, but you can see it's good set base no matter what. They have 2 pretty large end tables here. They have a small chair, but you could put a larger one in, no problem. Wood floorings continuing throughout, so nice little primary bedroom here that has access out to the outdoor patio as well. In an ensuite bathroom with 2 sinks, tub shower combo. So again, if you are 2 people that are going to be living in the primary bedroom, you're not going to be, having too much trouble sharing this bathroom. Everyone has their own space, plenty of cabinetry, and the 2 sinks, like I said, are obviously nice to have. So yeah, here's going to be the second bedroom. It could be obviously a great guest room, could be a great bedroom for a roommate situation, or it could be a great office. I have seen people use the dining room space when there is an overhang off of the kitchen to eat out of as an office as well, but depends on your individual setup. But this space is wide open, easy to use for a ton of different options, but yeah, always nice to have a second bedroom space to make your own. Bathroom right here, nothing too crazy there, yeah, here you go. Tub, toilet, 1 sink, standard issue guest bathroom. The tile here is going to show its age a bit, as you can tell, as does just kind of this bathroom in general. But if you want to come in through here, throw some white tile in, modernize the cabinetry and the countertops a bit, it could really make the place feel more updated. But obviously you're getting a great deal here at a very large space in Boulder for, right at $550. So tons of options here. Washer and dryer included, always nice to have. And just a huge patio space, guys. Really, really taking advantage of the beautiful scenery here. You can do some, sun tanning on the top here, or just soak in the awesome Boulder weather. So great to have this very large patio space. And here's access to the underground parking garage, where again you have 2 spaces, which is also a rarity here. So a great value at the price point. Alright guys, well I think that's going to do us for today, looking at a few different options in Boulder. So again, everything we saw today was available right now. You could go make it your own. It's all under $550,000. So we can do it at this price point, guys. There's plenty of flexibility. We have townhouse options, we had condo options, and that's just what's available now, let alone if you keep your eyes out there, or if you have a little bit of flexibility outside of Boulder to see what other potential options might be out there at your budget. So don't be scared, guys. I've never had to tell anyone no. So it's always been, yes, we can do it, but here's what the options are. So yeah, guys, that's what's available in Boulder right now today. You can go out and make it your own home at or under $550,000. It was a lot of condos, but we did see some good townhouse options as well, and we didn't even explore all the townhouse options. So don't be scared, guys. We can make Boulder happen at your budget. I've never had to tell anyone no. Hey, what's your budget and what options are you comfortable with? And that's without even looking outside of Boulder to some of the neighboring towns. Again, it's Andrew Wolfe here. I love making these videos, but I love even more connecting in person or over the phone. So go ahead and give me a call, 720-744-2513. Shoot me an email or just leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys real soon.